All right. Hello, everybody. I am just starting up my very first experimental little stream here on Twitch TV. Still trying to work some of the bugs out. Hello, everybody. Oh, there's a bug right now. So I'm trying to get everything set up so that I can see what I'm doing and still see chat at the same time, and still have a little bit of real estate on my screen for looking at things like lyrics and stuff, and don't really know. Oh, there we go. I can watch this in the editor. Okay, that makes things much simpler. In which case, I'm going to shut down my what I was trying to watch it on that had a bit of a delay, and follow you here. So, to start out with, those of you who have not been following me on Facebook lately, I'm getting all prepped up and ready for Pennsic coming up in just under a week now. I'll be flying out to Pennsic. So I've been trying to do some music live streams to get a little bit of practice on some of the songs, do a few liver push-ups to get ready for some of the drinking that's likely to happen at the events. I was not very happy with the sound quality that I was getting off of the streams that I was doing at on Facebook. So I decided to switch over to Twitch TV and see if I could get some better sound quality here. I still don't really know what I'm doing here in terms of the setup. So be sure to chime in and let me know if you have any trouble hearing me, if I should be switching around my volume settings, or if something on screen is strange. Your feedback is very important to making sure that this works. So let me just get these last settings done, and we can start in on the music. And hopefully hopefully that there's some people watching, but I'm just going to start playing and we'll see how it goes. All right, going to start with a good warm-up song, We Be Soldiers 3. We be soldiers 3, pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. Lately come forth of low country, with never a penny of money. Ye good fellows, I'll drink with thee. Pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. To all good fellows wherever they be, with never a penny of money. We be soldiers 3, pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. Lately come forth of low country, with never a penny of money. I'll sing you a song, sing for the brave and sing for the strong, to all those living and those who have gone, with never a penny of money. We be soldiers 3, pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. Lately come forth of the low country, with never a penny of money. He who will not pledge me this, pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. The pace of the shot, whatever it is, with never a penny of money. Soldiers 3, pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. Lately come forth of the low country, with never a penny of money. Charge it again, boys, charge it again. Pardonnez moi, je vous en prie. As long as there is ink in your pen, with never a penny of money. soldiers 3, pardonnez moi, penny of money. We be soldiers three, pot and ham walls aux prix, lately come forth of the low country, with never a penny of money. With never a penny of money. It was We Be Soldiers 3, great one to start out with and work out some of the kinks. So, still trying to get everything set up properly here. I can see that I've got video. Oh, and there's the first couple of chat messages. Okay, so it looks like the chat is working. So I'm seeing it was skipping awful on the mobile, but good so far on the laptop. Oh, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me over here. I know that it's an extra step to get away from Facebook and join me on Twitch, but it looks like there's a lot of other options here once I can get them figured out. So my stream is working, the chat looks like it's working, the audio seems like it's working, so so far so good. Okay, seeing wow, your text is very easy to read, but for some reason it's given the name a very bright green font that doesn't have a whole lot of contrast. I might for next time see if I can go into the settings and change the contrast on my little chat screen, but that's not something for me to mess around with right now. Even if I can't see who is saying something, I can at least see what they're saying. So as per previous streams, this is a very sort of not very planned or regimented stream, so there's no set playlist doing requests if people want to toss them out. Otherwise, I'll just be sort of randomly picking what I feel like playing in the moment. This is above and beyond an experimental stream to get Twitch working and see how well I transition over to this as a platform. The initial tests that I did of the sound quality, I took a whole bunch of short little recordings, moving the microphone around and testing different gain settings on it, and testing the recording and playback of Twitch, or rather of Streamlabs OBS, which is what I'm using to connect to Twitch. And it was sounding a lot better to me than all the playback that I was getting on Facebook. So hopefully we can make this adjustment and make it work. All right, I'm going to play another up-tempo thing, I think. Let's see. Maybe... what's a good one? Maybe Star the County Down. Down one morning last July, from Doreen Green, sweet Colleen, she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a lovely elf, I had to pinch myself to see I was really there. From Bantry Bay down to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like a fair Colleen, I met in the county down. So you know her pleasure shook my head, and I gazed up the feeling rare. And I says, as I don't pass her by, so Mary in up brown hair. Well, he smiles at me and he says, she's the gem of Ireland's crown. She's Rosie McCann on the banks of the Bann, the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like a fair Colleen, I met in the county down. Well, I've travelled a bit, but there was hit since my old career began. Fair and square, I surrender there to the charms young Rose McCann. Had a heart to let a note head in yet that I need and shoulder down. But in she went and I asked no rent, the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I seen like at the harvest fair, she'd be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my hat cocked right and my shoes shone bright, for a smile from my nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I yoke to my plough, it's rusty brown, and a smiling bright by my own fireside, the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay down at Arrowcay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I seen like a Beckoline, I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay down at Arrowcay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I seen like a Beckoline, that I met in the county down. There's Star of the County Down. Good old trad Irish one. So that's something a little bit odd about this setup. That okay, I'm seeing the little chat thing in the window right now, but the comments don't seem to stick around for very long. There's this great big like chat box that I've got set up on the one side in the hopes that I would not have to look so far afield for following my chat, but it's A, so small that I can't really see it, and B, the actual comments only seem to stick around for a moment or two. So I guess it'll be a good reference for when I'm watching this full screen and checking it over, like when I upload this to Facebook or YouTube, but not really as useful of a tool as I thought that was going to be for a while I'm doing these. Yeah, I know it's an extra step. It's an extra step to get over here, and to, if you want to be commenting or tipping or anything, it's an extra step to get signed up and get signed in. But I think ultimately it's a better setup in the long term, just not only because the audio quality is so much better from the tests that I ran, but it gives a lot more control over where I can load the videos to, and how I can arrange things, how I can track the different stuff that's happened on this. So oh wow, yeah, I might need to fiddle with that chat box a little bit then, but anyways, I'm gonna push ahead with some music. Ooh. I need to do something about that light green font that some people's names are in, because I can't read it well enough to be able to tell Stephen and Laska apart. It's just a bright green blur to me. I don't know whether that's something that that I can change, or whether it's whether it just sort of automatically assigns colors to different people's names. But yeah, I can read the dark green stuff just fine, but apparently I have huge nose hair or a rouge nose hair, one of the two. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Aragon Mill. I don't know if I know that one. I know Belfast Mill, if that's the one that you're thinking of. But, all right. Given that... Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, that's Belfast Mill that you're thinking of. All right. I have to lean way in to be able to see people's names. So. All right, Belfast Mill. Of town, at the foot of a hill, there's a chimney so tall, it's called Belfast Mill. But there's no smoke at all coming out of the stacks, since the mill has shut down and is never coming back. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. in the dark, narrow streets, since saloons have shut down. It's so quiet I can't sleep, for the mill has shut down, and it's the only life I know. Tell me, where will I go? Tell me, where will I go? And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. Well, I'm too old to change, and I'm too young to die. Tell me, where will I go, my family and I? For the mill has shut down, it's the only life I know. Tell me, where will I go? Tell me, where will I go? And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as she blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. That was Belfast Mill. Good one to practice up, getting ready for Pennsic. All right, we've done a few sort of up-tempo ones. Let's do something soft and pretty. One of my favorites. Maybe My Fate. Ooh, something sounds a little bit out there. Time for a quick retune. Yep, A's out. D's a little sharp. B's a little sharp. And high E's a little flat. Sounds a little better. Go bid the needle his dear north forsake, to which with trembling reverence it doth bend. Go bid the stones a journey upwards make, go bid the ambitious flames no more to ascend. And when these false to their own motions prove, then shall I cease thee alone to love. You who men's fortunes in their faces read, to find out mine look not, alas, on me. But mark her face and all the features heed, for only there is writ my destiny. And if stars show, gaze not in the skies, but study the astrology of her eyes. If thou shall find there kind and propitious rays. What Mars and Saturn threaten, I'll not fear. Perchance it be the fate of mortal days is written in heaven, but all my heaven is here. What can men learn from stars they scarce can see? Two great lights rule the world and her to me. There's My Fate by Abraham Cowley, a 15th century song, and one of my favorites. Yeah, so what I was talking about earlier, my setup here, I've got like the screen here that I can see myself, but it's about maybe like a fifth the size of my whole computer screen. And then right here, I've got this sort of grayish box that's supposed to be the chat window for while you're, I guess, playing games. That's what this what the software is mainly designed for, is to be able to stream your picture in a little tiny window at the bottom, like the other bottom of the screen, and have most of the screen be a video game that you're playing. And so this little box here shows the chat so that you don't have to shift away from the game to be able to see what people are saying. In actuality, when I'm trying to keep a better eye on the chat, and I'm keeping an eye on, I've got further over there, I've got a list of songs that I have been practicing, and another list of songs that is sort of the total list. But I do have like a big, long chat window that's persistent. So that's what I'm actually able to read your comments in. This little thing right here isn't really doing me much good, except for in the playback when I upload the video, there won't be, I guess the main chat window won't be there anymore. So the little chat window, I guess, will at least give people who are watching the stream after it's done an idea of what people are saying. So that's I guess really the main point of it. I can't get the proper use out of it because the screen is too small for me to be able to actually read what's being written there. But that's really for use when playing games, really. And yeah, I'm able to scroll back, I think, through the main chat window and find old comments. So yeah, I know this. I'm gonna push ahead with more music. If you guys want to make any requests, feel free to toss them out, and I'll do my best to fill them for you. Oh, I'm really glad to finally be doing some experimenting with this. I was really not happy with the way the Facebook ones were sounding. Although I do see that we've got a lot less viewers. I'm not sure whether that's just people aren't seeing the notice that this is going on as much or as quickly. Or I know a bunch of people in my own area are getting ready to go off to July coronation this weekend. So there were several people that I was talking to earlier today that said they would love to watch another stream, but they just can't tonight because they've got to be up early. So that might also be throwing the numbers off a bit. So let's see. Why don't we do another kind of pretty one? Maybe a Stan Rogers song. Let's take from Day to Day. It's not the hours, watch on watch. It's not the work I mind so much. Long cold miles to my lover's touch, for sure she's far away. No stranger I, who touches steel, with the honest fear any man can feel. But I long for dust under my heels and a pocket full of pay, so I'll take it from day to day. The pack ice around us cracks and groans, Old St. Rock, she creaks and moans. The icy fog is in my bones, and the ache won't go away. Outside, I bet it's warm and fair. I could have her fingers in my hair, but it's long, cold miles to her out there. So I guess I'll have to stay and just take it from day to day. We're as far north now as I want to come. Larson's got us under his thumb. I signed up for the whole damn run. I can't get off halfway. But when I get back to the shore, going south where it stays warm, there'll be someone on my arm to help me spend my pay. So I'll take it from day to day. We're as far north now as I want to come. Larson's got us under his thumb, and I signed up for the whole damn run. I can't get off halfway, but when I get back to the shore, I'm going south where it stays warm. There'll be someone on my arm to help me spend my pay. So I'll take it from day to day. Stranger I, the touch of steel, and the honest fear any man can feel. But I long for dust under my heels and a pocket full of pain. So I'll take it from day to day. That was Take It From Day to Day by Stan Rogers. Yeah, the streams that I've watched so far, the sound has always impressed me a lot more on this than on Facebook Live. I do wish that there was a way that I could have like a live notification going to Facebook, or I kind of wish that I could stream to both places simultaneously, because that was a really nice thing about streaming on Facebook, is just it shows everybody that you're online, and I got a ton of viewers. Like, I know it's late, particularly for folks on the East Coast, but even starting a stream at this time of night, it really was not unusual for me to be getting 10, 15, even 20 viewers signing in at like stupid o'clock. It's like it's after midnight already out on the East Coast. No, I haven't tried this. This is the first attempt at going live on this. So I do know that there is an option to integrate Facebook so that it automatically notifies people when I'm doing a stream on this. But I don't know if that's any more effective than what I've already done of posting just a notification on my page with a link in. I don't think it actually simultaneously streams there. If there is an option for that, I haven't found it yet. If I'm wrong about that, if there is a way that I can do that, and any of you know about it, please let me know afterwards, and I'll look into it. But yes, yeah, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. now. Well, thank you for depriving yourself a little bit of sleep and coming and joining for some music. I haven't seen any other requests go out, so let's just push on and I'll find something else to play. I could probably use Running Through Rise again. I think I've only gone through that once in all of these streams. Also, maybe get a little bit more practice with the drum. It never hurts. I'm not going to have this with me at war, but in case I run into anyone else who has a barrel on handy, it's good to be at least, partially in practice. Oh, that's a good idea. Start off with a Facebook live stream to announce this, and then just like bring everybody over once they're already paying attention. That's a great idea. I'm definitely going to try that next time. Okay, before I start this one, let me jot down those requests real quick. Upon the ninth wave, and how many miles to Babylon? But first, we're going to do eyes. The northern forest gave us birth, the north wind said be free. The lone wolf slope across the plains foreshadowed victory. And where once a prince commanded us, his sons our king shall be. As above their brow a golden crown shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind sung in my bowstring and the stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. The inland seas sustain the people, as did glade and glen. The crystal rivers slake the thirst of those first there, and then came a hunger for our destiny. The feast begins again, as above our king scarlet banners rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. For many years we stood as vassals against a common foe. We did as we were bid, and many lands our valor know. But today we stand in freedom, in proud freedom strike your blow, as above your head a shining sword shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind song in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. There was a time when southern folk our noble name did fear. The dismal days in silence past, our destiny is here. Let us shake the hills in glory for the crown and Eldar Mere. Form the shield wall, bend the bowstring, we arise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind sung in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. Hear now the words of northern folk, in hall, in keep, in field. We are the Northland's treasure, we the sword, the bow, the shield. We the lifeblood, we the sinew, we the heart that shall not yield. For as long as one still stands, nor shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind sung in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. Rise, rise, oh rise, with the northern sun to warm us and the North Star as our guide, with the wind sung in my bowstring and a stout blade by my side, with our children as our future and our legends as our pride. We shall stand, we shall conquer, we shall rise. It was Rise by Master Hector of the Black Height. It's my very, very favorite SCA anthem for a kingdom that I've never been to. Hello, hello. Looks like we've got a couple of new folks joining in. I have to lean in super close to try and make out your name, and I still can't. Is that Karen, it looks like, maybe? I can't tell. The font on some of the names that it chooses is so terrible against white. I can't make it out. I can see what you're saying just fine, but I can't see half of the people's names in this. So one of my campmates might be bringing that kind of drum. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Wonderful having a Bowron handy that I can borrow for a song or two and then give back and not have to carry around all over site with me. Oh, right. I'd forgotten that you were bringing yours, Glad. Okay. So we had a couple of other requests. One for Upon the Ninth Wave, which I will... Oh, I forgot to bring up my little lyrics folder. Let's fix that. Uh-oh. I just made my stream go full screen. Now I can't see anything. Okay, here's my lyrics folder. Let's pop that open. I'm trying to wean myself off of needing the lyrics for Upon the Ninth Wave, but I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I'll give it a try, but I tried that the other night and wound up wandering a little bit in terms of being able to remember the lyrics. Oh, perfect. Yes, like the names, half of the time I can't see people's names, so knowing that it's over in the Rennis folk is good to know. All right. So, Upon the Ninth Wave. I sang this super late last night, but most folks I think had already gone to bed. I think it was right at the end of the night, actually. There were only maybe 2 or 3 people left at that point. It was much later than it is now. I was getting started this time last night. I spent pretty much the entire evening trying to research how to get started on Twitch and how to get everything set up for Streamlabs OBS and all that stuff. So I didn't get started until super late, but I still wanted to do some music. So I did a run through of this. Then I'm hoping I've got a little bit more recall on the words now. But so I'm going to try not to look over the words if I can at all avoid it. But I'll have it up there just in case. So this is Upon the Ninth Wave. This is an original song. It's about the sons of Mill and their struggle with the Tuatha De Danann, the fairy folk of Ireland before men settled there. There's a wonderful Celtic tale that deals with all of this, about Eath, son of Bregan, going over to see Ireland, to see this land that he saw on a very clear day from the mainland of Europe, and meeting with the 3 different elven kings who were all warring with one another over the land of Ireland. Each of them were brothers that had been that had received a third of the land of Ireland as an inheritance, and they were all in war with one another to try to become the only ruler of the whole thing. And when Eath said, "You've got so much, this land is so rich, a third of it is easily able to support all of your people without struggle," they didn't want him bringing word of this rich land back to his own people in case he wanted to steal it from them, so they killed him. And his brothers found out about it and summoned up a huge armada and a great army to go and make war upon them. So this is the song Upon the Ninth Wave from the perspective of the pissed off sons of Mill, making war on the Tuatha De Danann before they were forced below ground to later become known as the Sidhe, after the burial mounds, which were the entrances to the world beneath the surface of Ireland. Hearken and tremble, how faithful of Ireland, the sons of Mel come forth to a day. Blood is the harvest you've sown with your treachery, your death rides upon the ninth wave. Do you remember our kinsmen that came to you? Eath, son of Bregan, a learned man of Spain. Wise was his counsel, peace in your quarrelling, but for his praise of Ireland, you'd see him slain. When he spoke of plenty, You took it for jealousy and fought him a thief with designs on your land. Well, he is dead now, and his kinsmen your enemies, a doom for your people wrought by your own hand. So hearken and tremble now, fae folk of Ireland. The sons of milk come forth to half a day. Blood is the harvest you've sown with your treachery. Your death rides upon the night wave. With glamour and trickery you'd seek to hide from us, caught unprepared for the vengeance we bring. But now we have found you and given our terms to you, to take to each traitor the faithful call king. The length of 9 waves our ships sail out from Ireland, so marshal your forces ere we turn for shore. For should we make landing, we'll take all that's dear to you, and blood your people with slaughter and war. So hearken and tremble now, fae folk of Ireland. The sons of milk come forth to half the day. Blood is the harvest you've sown with your treachery. Your death rides upon the night wave. The raging winds lashed at us as we returned to you, called up by your druids to drive us away. But Ireland herself put an end to your sorcery. The deadly seas calm now by Amergan's wade. So soon we'll make landing and then put an end to you. Blood paid with blood and the feast for the crows. We'll take from you all the green lands of Ireland, and down to the she-mounds as you go below. So hearken and tremble now, fae folk of Ireland. The sons of milk come forth to half the day. Blood is the harvest you sown with your treachery. Your death rides upon the night wave. Your death comes upon the night wave. That was an original Upon the Ninth Wave. So that went a little bit better this time. I did have to glance over just to get the first 3 words of the lines at the beginning of every other verse. But it's definitely feeling more solid. Once I remember how the pair of verses starts, I'm able to get the whole 2 verses in a row up until sort of I finish off the next chorus. Then I need to remind myself again about how the next part of it starts. I'm apparently learning my lesson now. I'm leading with the beer rather than leading with the rum. If I stumble over some words, it is not remotely from drunkenness yet. It is purely from just sort of trying to keep track of so many different things on unfamiliar screens now. Oh, thank you. Oh, and thank you, Alaska, for changing the font, the color of the font of your name. The pink is much easier to see than the bright sort of neon green. All of the bright greens are really difficult to see. The dark green is fine, but there are 2 different colors. One's a very sort of bright neon green that I still can't make out the person's name. I think it's Jilly Karen, maybe it looks like. So I can't read that one. And then there's I think Stevens. I recognize him not by the name, but because he's talking about paying me back at camp for keeping him up way past his bedtime. So yeah, that color, that other sort of light olive green is very difficult to make out too. So I don't know. Maybe I can see if there's a way that I can change the background color to a light gray. Then I'd be able to make out those the bright name fonts a little easier. But oh, weird! It's bright red on yours. Yeah, I guess it must just sort of randomly assign colors to different people. Well, that'll be something for me to fiddle with in between live streams. I'm not gonna screw around with it while you guys are waiting for more music. So we did have another request, but it was 2 requests in a row for the same person. So I'm going to do another song or two in between those. Let's see. I think I'm in the mood for maybe something upbeat and Irish. That sounds like a good idea to me. Maybe, now that I'm actually looking at all of the list of Irish songs that I know, they're all they're all sad. Maybe Sally McLennan. It's been a bit since I've played that one. And I am seeing a request now for Icy Fire. So I will add that one to the list. And do that one next. All right. If I can just remember how this one starts. I think I keep with this one lower. That feels right. Oh, words. Take a sip to bolster myself. I'm gonna frantically try to remember. There we go. Well, Jimmy played harmonica in the place that I was born. He played from the night time to the peaceful early morn. He soothed the souls of psychos and the men who had the horn. And they all looked very happy in the morning. Jimmy didn't like his place in this world of ours, where the elfin man broke straw Max necks when he'd had too many hours. So sad to see the grieving of the people he was leaving. So he took the train for God knows in the morning. We walked into the station in the rain. We kissed him and we put him on the train. We sang him a song of times long gone, but we knew we'd be seeing him again. So sad to say, I must be on me way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and Sally McLennan. Well, the years pass by and times have changed, I grew to be a man. I learned to love a virtue so sweet Sally McLennan. I took the cheers and drank the beers and crawled back home at dawn. And I ended up a barman in the morning. Till I played the pumps and took the chumps and watered whiskey down. And I talked the horse and horses with a man who drank the brown. Some people say that Jimmy's making money far away, and some people left for heaven without warning. We walked into the station in the rain. We kissed him and we put him on the train. We sang him the song of times long gone. We knew we'd be seeing him again. So sad to say, I must be on me way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally McLennan. Well, when Jimmy came back home, he was surprised that they were gone. He asked for all the details of the train that they went on. Some people there scared to croak, but Jimmy drank till he choked. And he took the train to heaven in the morning. We walked him to the station in the rain. We kissed him and we put him on the train. We sang him the song of times long gone. We knew that we'd be seeing him again. So sad to say, I must be on me way. Buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally McLennan. So sad to say, I must be on me way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think I'll be returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally McLennan. To the greatest little boozer and to Sally McLennan. To the greatest little boozer and to Sally McLennan. There's Sally McLennan by the Pogues. Okay, I'm going to take that as a request for the Leaving of Liverpool, the up-tempo version. I regularly do both, but every time there's been a request for The Leaving of Liverpool, the person who's requested it has asked for the reprise version. So that's why that's all you've been hearing on these live streams. Okay, so we've got a request for Icy Fire next. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch o'er my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Durin's sons. If this is to end in fire, we should all burn together. Watch a flame climb high into the night, calling out, Father, all stand by as we will watch the flames burn, all burn on the mountainside high. If we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, all prepare as we will watch the flames burn, all burn on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky, and I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hauling souls. I see fire from the breeze, and I hope you will remember me. And should my people fall, and surely I will do the same, confined in mountain halls, we got too close to the flame, calling out, Father, all hold fast as we will watch the flames burn, all burn on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky, and I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hauling souls. I see fire from the breeze. I hope that you remember me, 'cause if the night is burning, I will cover my eyes. And if the dark returns in, my brothers will die as that sky is falling down, crash into this lonely town with that shadow on the ground. I hear my people screaming out. I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire following souls. I see fire from the breeze. I see fire in Warsaw City burning out. I see fire, feel heat upon my skin. Yeah, yeah. I see fire, fire. I see fire burn, all burn on the mountainside. This is Ed Sheeran's "I See Fire" from the, I think it was from the second Hobbit movie, The Desolation of Smaug, or Smaug, or however you want to pronounce it. Are you able to tell me which chords it is that you're hearing it on? It might have something to do with the volume, or who knows. This is all still a big experiment trying to figure out how to get the best sound on it. Could also try turning the I could try turning the microphone a little bit more towards myself, and maybe that would pick up the guitar a little bit less loud, which might help to reduce the distortion on it. Let's see. Well, I'll happily play the up-tempo version for you, because I don't think I've practiced that once in all of this time. It's always been the like I said, it's always been the reprise that people have been asking for. And thank you, Stephen, for changing the color of your name. It's a kind of a very good shade of red now, very visible, so I can read it a whole lot better and actually see who's talking to me. And apologies if I forget who each person is. Like, I have a hard enough time keeping track of people when I just have one name to remember. Having to actually like keep track of online handles is it's a whole other challenge for my memory. Well, let me just say that you lucked into a very good color, Stephen. It looks great now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll do Living of Liverpool next. Very well, my own true love, I am going far away. I am bound for California, and I know that I'll return someday. So very well, my own true love, nice and united we shall be. It's not the leading of Liverpool that's grieving me, but darling, when I think of thee, I'm sailing on the Yankee ship. Lady Croft is her name, and the captain's name is Burgess, and they say she's a floating shame. So very well, my own true love, when I return united we shall be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. The sun is on the harbour, love, and I wish that I could remain, 'cause I know it'll be a long, long time before I see you again. So very well, my own true love, I return united we shall be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. So very well, my own true love, I return united we shall be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. Not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. So there's the up-tempo version of Leaving of Liverpool. Exactly the same words, exactly the same chord progression, but very different sounding song. All right, for the next request, actually, I think I'm going to insert one more drum song in between requests, because I think this could use still a little bit more playing. I'd like to get a little bit more practice with this one. So this is by Mistress Rosalind. It's one of my favorite new songs that I've learned recently. It's called "At the Battle of Malden." Oops. Get that settled a little better. Here must we hold, so hearken to my counsel. Felled is our Lord, slain by foemen on the field. Now must we honour the oath we made in Mead Hall. Now must we shoulder the burden of his shield. Great were his gifts of gold and noble gemstones. High are the halls where the heroes boasted so. He was our Lord, and lo the might to leave him. Vow to avenge him by vanquishing the foe. For our hand shall be the harder, and our will shall be the wiser, and our hearts shall be bolder as our strength must bend. Come and follow me to glory, so that when they tell the story, we shall not be forgotten in the halls of men. I will not flee, but farther will I follow, boldly to battle with broadsword in my hand. More than my life was a love I bore for Breednoth. Fierce will I fight now, and so defend this land. Come I from kindred of honor and of courage, ne'er shall they say that I nothing was at war. Stand with me steadfast, staunch against the Vikings, wield ye our weapons like warriors of yore. For our hands shall be the harder, and our will shall be the wiser, and our hearts shall be bolder as our strength must bend. Come and follow me to glory, so that when they tell the story, we shall not be forgotten in the halls of men. We stand undaunted, the last of the defenders, stout-hearted men who can strike a mighty blow. We will encourage each other in the war play. Let them advance now, for we shall lay them low. Death is our doom, so let us die with honor. All that lives after is what the bards do say. Fight to be worthy of fame in the future. Let them remember the deeds we do this day. For our hands shall be the harder, and our will shall be the wiser, and our hearts shall be bolder as our strength must end. Come and follow me to glory, so that when they tell the story, we shall not be forgotten in the halls of men. We shall not be forgotten in the halls of men. That was at the Battle of Malden by Mistress Rosalind. Now I've just realized a flaw with having this little screen as the only way I'm able to see the readout. It's not just other side. It's not just this little chat box that's too small for me to read and make out. It's actually all the stuff at the top of the screen that is also too small for me to make out very well. Let me see if I can switch things around and make things a little bigger, because I just noticed that not only have I gotten a follower, but that follower was also kind enough to give a donation into the tip jar. Thank you so much, Magpie Music. Thank you so much, Colette, for the generous tip. If you'd like to make a request to go along with that, I will be happy to play whatever you like. I'm gonna try having this on sort of like expanded to full screen, and see if that makes it a little bit easier for me to notice that stuff when it pops up, because I definitely don't want to miss that. When people are kind enough to subscribe to be given notifications of when I'm going live, when people are generous enough to tip, I want to acknowledge them. And I know that perception is my dump stat. I know that a lot of stuff I just don't notice, but I would really like to make an attempt here. So let's get the print as big as I can get it on my screen anyways. And I'll fiddle around with the settings before I do my next live stream and see if I can shift things around to get the main screen a little bit bigger, or maybe increase the size of those things at the top of the screen. All right. Yes, I think the reprise is prettier than the up-tempo version of Leaving of Liverpool, but then I'm kind of biased. It was kind of... I don't know if I can really take any credit for it, because I didn't write the song. I just like put it into a lullaby format. Jean Sompré, excellent request. And I think I might be capoed in just about the right place. Let me just call up my notes. Not those notes, the other notes, practice list notes. And write it down. Jean Sompré. There we go. All right. Jean Sompré, a song by King Richard I, Richard the Lion-Hearted, written during his time spent languishing in an Austrian prison on his way back from the Crusades. He made a bad enemy, and unfortunately was captured by that self-same enemy on his way back home. son prina dira sa raison. À toi et un monde se donnant de mon nom. Mais par confort, peut-il faire chanson? Molte amis, mes pauvres sont les dons. Montaneront, c'est pour marrer un son, suis ces deux hivers pris. Se souvent bien mi homme et mi ballon, anglais normand, puis des bonnes et gascons. Que je n'avais si pauvre compagnon, qui je laissasse pour avouer en prison. Je ne dis pas pour nulle prétention, mais encore suis-je pris. Jamais son prina dira sa raison. À toi et un monde se donnant de mon nom. Mais par confort peut-il faire chanson? Molte amis, mes pauvres sont les dons. There's Jeannot Sompré, written in Richard's native language, French. Although he was the King of England, his first language was French, his second language was Occitan. There's some debate as to whether he spoke English at all. If he did, it was a third language, where he spent much of his youth growing up in the south of France, where Occitan is a native tongue. I saw messaging coming. Let me just check that quickly. It's late enough that it's probably nothing involving the house hunt, but oh no. It's a friend of mine telling me that they're having trouble accessing Twitch, but I suspect that that's their local internet. As unless anyone else has been having troubles with connection or with hanging, let me know. By the way, if there are any issues. This is, as much as anything, this is a test run of the new software and the new platform. So if there's any way that I can tweak things to make things better for you guys, do let me know in the comments, or send me a private message afterwards on Facebook, or text my phone, and I'll do whatever I can to make this live streaming experience as good for you guys as I can. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing even after Pennsic. Right now I'm doing a ton of these live streams just to get ready for the event, but I'm planning on sort of transitioning over to a sort of a half polished videos and half live stream sort of setup for my music afterwards, because I've really been enjoying doing these. All right, now I believe that we had another quest lined up. Oh, I know what I should do. I should just keep this right up here where I can see it. All right, it was for How Many Miles to Babylon. It's so nice having the two guitars here where I can just swap out when I'm ready to go into DADGAD tuning. How Many Miles to Babylon by the Albion Band. Babylon, 70. Can I get there by candlelight, there and back again? If your feet be nimble, if your tread be light, you'll get there and back again, all by candlelight. Daddy's gone soldiering far across the sea. When will he come back again, back to you and me? When the wind calls softly, when the moon shines bright, that's when he'll come back again, all by candlelight. Fingers at the window pane, footsteps in the wood, the smell of dust on summer rain, shadows on the wall. While the wind calls softly, while the moon shines bright, like a phantom, there he stands in the candlelight. The scent is in your yellow hair, the sun has scorched your skin, your uniform so fine and fair, the war's worn it thin. If your heart is willing, if the time is right, say you'll never leave again, lie by me tonight. Oh, come see, there's little left of me, save the longing for my love, and to see the girl I never knew, thank the stars above. Wearied by the killing, ravaged by the bite, I must go for the dawn snuffs the candlelight. How many miles to Babylon? 70. Can I get there by candlelight? I am home again. If your feet be nimble, if your tread be light, you'll get there and back again, all by candlelight. Albion Band's How Many Miles to Babylon, which was based off of the same fairy tale, or the same nursery rhyme, I guess, as Neil Gaiman based the book and then the movie Stardust on. The whole idea of traveling by candlelight. The Babylon candle. Yay! You found me! Welcome to the live stream. There's less viewers here. You know, the the whole benefit of doing the Facebook Live thing is that it does sort of let everyone know that I'm online, whereas the visibility is a lot less. I think a lot less when I'm just putting out a link to get here to Twitch TV. But hopefully, if people see the link and they share it, we can still get enough people in the know to make these worth doing, to get a little crowd of people. And my hope also is that eventually I'll start doing these like at regularly scheduled times. Like right now, things are super chaotic between trying to record and get ready for Pennsic, and doing my house hunting is pretty much just sort of whenever I have the time and the inclination to pick up a guitar is when these live streams are going out. So hopefully after Pennsic is done, after I've found a place to live and have moved in and things are a little bit more stable, I'll get into the rhythm of doing these at a particular time in the week and a particular time at night, so that people will know when to anticipate them and will be able to know in advance and be able to show up for them, so it won't be just kind of a surprise to people who are happen to be on Facebook at the time that I'm doing these. So fingers crossed that all kind of we work out the kinks and get things scheduled to make it a little bit easier for people to know when there's going to be a little Bardic concert happening. I think that was my the last of the requests that I've got lined up currently. So I will look through my list and find another song to sing. Let's see, just get this out of the way so it's not blocking stuff. Oh, thank you for following. Let's see. Ooh, it's been a while since I've done Roland. That's a good one. Let's do Roland. Another Mistress Rosalind song. Oop, this is the wrong guitar for it, though. That's Dadgad. It's going to sound terrible if I try and play it in Dadgad. It's a standard song. Here we go, the Song of Roland. The fairest flower of chivalry to bloom in all the land, and the noblest of all the knights of Charlemagne, was Roland, King Charles' sister's son. Renowned through all the Frankish lands for battles you have won. In council here you gentlemen make plea to go to war, to await the rebel Saracens against their rightful lords. Roland, you call his plan made, but nonetheless to Charlemagne agreed to send the maid. The Gamelon request for you the post most perilous, and willingly do you accept his honour deems you must. Roland, the rear guard you command, with your loyal honor to fight at your right hand. But at the Vale of Runcible your doom is now nigh, for the Saracen who hold the pass will not let you by. Roland, you know now you're betrayed, but in your heart is courage and your voice is not dismayed. Facing a grim battle, take your swords and raise them high. With honor we have lived our lives, with honor we shall die. Roland, sound your mighty horn, and try to call the men back that rode out just yestermorn. The king has heard you from afar, but Ganelon says nay. 'Tis only our young Roland hunting on this day. Roland, sound your horn again. Meanwhile the battle rages in the valley and the glen. Again the king has heard your call, again the traitor lies, and none will come to aid you for your peril he denies. Roland, sound your final blast, as one by one your men-at-arms die fighting in the past. Last of all is Oliver by swordsmen overthrown, and you of all the Frankish knights stand alone. Roland, oh sad the day you died. Your foemen ringed about you and your sword beneath your side. They find you on a hilltop with your face turned to the foe, and never has there been a day of such great woe. Roland, your name will live in song, whenever brave men take up arms, right a grievous wrong. The fairest flower of chivalry to bloom in all the land, and the noblest of all the knights of Charlemagne. That was Roland. The Song of Roland by Mr. Srosland. Just checking another message here very quickly. Okay. So that was a good up-tempo song. Nice inspiring war song. Let's see, what do we feel like playing next? Let's double make sure. Oh, still lots of people here. Good. You know, I think at this time of night, it seems to be taking longer to get people's attention on Facebook doing things here, but by this time of night, I've usually only got about 9 or 10 people anyways, so the numbers seem to have balanced out. Oh, believe me, I would prefer not to be looking at my phone. It was a friend of mine who was trying to follow the stream but was having issues with their internet connection. So, just seeing if there was any important updates. Caledonia, we've got a request for. That sounds like an excellent request. Have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories and singing songs that make me think about where I come from. It's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and kept on moving, prove the points that I needed proven. Lost the friends that I needed losing, and others on the way. I've kissed the girls and I've left them sighing. Stolen dreams, there's no denying. Traveled hard, sometimes the conscience flying somewhere in the wind. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I'll think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. Or if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room of forest choir. The flames that could not reach any higher have withered, now they're gone. My thinking steady, my way is clear, and I know what I'll do tomorrow. When hands are shaken and kisses float, I will disappear. And let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. Or if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia by Dougie McLean. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that it's skipping and buffering, Laska. Hopefully next time we do one of these streams, you'll get a better connection. I think maybe that's why Facebook, the sound quality is so terrible on Facebook's, because it keeps the bandwidth fairly low to accommodate more people's connections. But the trade-off of that is that you can't get decent sound quality on it. So I'm kind of opting for a better sound quality and hoping that people's connections can keep up. If there's a lot of issues with it, if I get a lot of people who are having trouble staying connected or hearing it, we'll have to figure out another alternative to it. But for now, things are... I think I'm going to be trying to experiment more with this. But have a good night. Hope to catch you on another live stream soon. Thank you for joining us. I've still got a bit left in my glass and a fair bit of stamina left in my voice, it feels like. My fingers aren't starting to hurt yet, so I'm good to be doing some music as long as there are people willing to listen for a while yet. I don't think we had any other requests lined up, no. Alright, let's see, what do I feel like playing then? Maybe something a little bit more up-tempo. I'll know it when I see it. Let's see. Keep finding all the slow, pretty stuff. I don't really want to do too... Oh, there's a good one. One that I could definitely use a bit more practice on. Oh, and that's another good one. Ye Jacobites. I need to get practice on that. Hopefully I can remember it. All right. And after that, okay. Ye Jacobites by name. I think I can put this up around 3.
Jacobites by name, and here. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I will proclaim. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear, ye shall hear. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear. What's right and what is wrong, by the law, by the law. What's right and what is wrong, by the law. What is right and what is wrong, the weak come off strong, the short straw or the long. For to draw, the short straw or the long for to draw. Ye Jacobites by name, land and near, land and near. Ye Jacobites by name, land and near. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I do proclaim. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear, ye shall hear. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear. Faint the fire, what makes heroic strife, faint the fire. What makes heroic strife, to up the assassin's knife, and lose a long child's life in bloody war, and lose a long child's life in bloody war. Ye Jacobites by name, land and near, land and near. Ye Jacobites by name, land and near. Ye Jacobites by name, your faults I do proclaim. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear, ye shall hear. It hearkens I must blame, ye shall hear. So leave your schemes alone in the state and the state, and leave your schemes alone in the state. Then leave your schemes alone and o'er the rising sun, and leave a man undone, pay his fate, and leave a man undone. to his fame. The Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. The Jacobites by name, lend an ear. The Jacobites by name, you false side airplane. The doctrines I must blame, you should hear, you should hear. The doctrines I must blame, you should hear. The Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. The Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, ye false side proclaim. Ye doctrines I must blame, you shall hear, ye shall hear. Ye doctrines I must blame, you shall hear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, lend an ear. Ye Jacobites by name, ye false side proclaim. Ye doctrines I must blame, you shall hear, ye shall hear. Ye doctrines I must blame, you shall hear.
The Jacobites by name. And I saw a request, I think it was Stephen back there requesting the Briar and the Rose. Now, I don't know if I've ever tried to sing that on my own. It's really kind of a harmony piece. I don't know if it would sound very good just singing it with one voice. If you really want to hear it, I could add it to the request list, but I just don't think it would be the same as when I'm singing it live in harmony with Colette. Despite Colette saying that she'll sing it really loudly over there. I'm willing to give it a try if you want to hear it. Just do it solo a cappella and see how it goes.
I fell asleep down by a stream, and there I had strangest dream. And down by Brennan's glen there grows briar and the rose. There's a tree in the forest, and I don't know where. I built a nest out of your hair, and climbing up into the air, briar and the rose. But I don't know how long it's been, but I was born in Brennan's glen, and near the end of spring there grows briar and the rose. I picked the rose one early morn. I pricked my finger on a thorn. They'd grown so close, their winding wove, the briar and the rose. Try to tear them both apart. I felt an arrow through my heart, and all dressed up in spring's new clothes, briar and the rose. And when I'm buried and in my grave, tell me so I may know your tears may fall to make love grow, briar and the rose. And when I'm buried and in my grave, oh, tell me so I may know your tears may fall to make love grow, briar and the rose.
So that actually sounded better on this end than I was expecting. Huh. Never really tried doing that one solo before. So good call, actually. And sorry if I stressed you out there, Stephen. I don't mean to put pressure on you. Just feel free and relax and enjoy the stream. You are a genius. I kind of feel like I missed a request back there somewhere. Or maybe I had another one that was lined up. Let me just check my note page here. Oh yeah, there was another one that I was going to do. But then I wound up doing the other one. All right. So this is one that is kind of one of the trickier ones that I do for guitar. It's got really sort of quick timing. None of the chords are particularly hard in it, but they fly past pretty quickly, and the timing, getting everything lined up with the voice is a little challenging. So it's one that I like to keep in good practice for. So I've done this a few times now on the live streams, but I want to make sure I get a little bit more playing of it in before war starts. This is Stan Rogers and the Flowers of Bermuda.
Was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole? He could smell the flowers of...
Oh, that's too high. Let's try that again. Lower. 3. I was just 1/2 a step too high.
He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell the flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died off the rock shoal. Just 5 short hours from Bermuda. In a fine October gale, there came a cry, oh, there be breakers dead ahead from the Collier Nightingale. No sooner had the captain brought her round, there came a rending crash below, hard on her beam, ends broken was the Nightingale, and overside her mast goes. Oh, Captain Laurie, help her drowning, came a cry from all the crew, the boats be smashed, how are we all to be saved? They are stolen through. Oh, are you brave and hardy, Collier? Or are you blind and cannot see? Captain Street still lies for you, paid and sound, it shall carry all we. He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died off the rock shoal. When the crew was all assembled and the gig prepared for sea, was seen there by in places to be men, and 19 mortal souls are we. The captain, now do not of me, or do you spare a thought for me? My duty is to save you all if I can. She returns swift as a breeze. He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell the flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died off the rock shoal. Oh, there be flowers in Bermuda, beauty lies on every hand. There be laughter, ease and drink for every man, but there is no joy for me. For when we reached the wretched Nightingale, oh, what an awful sight was plain. The captain drowned, was tangled in prison chains, smiling bravely beneath the sea. He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell the flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died on the rock shoal. He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell the flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died off the North Rock Shoal. He was the captain of the Nightingale 21 days from Clyde and Cole. He could smell the flowers of Bermuda in the gale when he died off the North Rock Shoal.
Flowers of Bermuda by Stan Rogers. Ooh, it's a bit of a workout for the fingers and the voice. right. So, game. No, it's not normal Pensic fare, but I'd love to hear Mad About You. Oh, sure. Happy to play Mad About You. It occasionally gets... It really is not standard event fare, but does come out now and again. Always up for a little sting. Oops.
Stone's throw from Jerusalem, I walked a lonely mile in the moonlight, while a million stars were shining. My heart was lost in a different planet. The walls around the April moon, whirling in an arc of sadness. I'm lost without you. I'm lost without you. All my kingdoms turn to sand and fall into the sea. I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you. Through a lost, secluded valley, I heard the ancient songs of sadness. With every step I thought of you, every footstep only you, every star framed sand, believings of a dried up ocean. Tell me how much longer, tell me how much longer. Say city in a desert lies, vanity of an ancient king. The city lies in broken pieces, the wind howls and the vultures sing. These are the works of man. This is the sum of our ambition. Make a prison of my life. You became another's wife. With every prison blown to dust, my enemies walk free. I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you. And I've never in my life been more alone than I do now. Though I hold dominion over all I see, it means nothing to me. There are no victories, all of our histories without love. Stone's throw from Jerusalem, I walked a lonely mile in the moonlight, while a million stars were shining. My heart was lost in a distant planet. Walls around the April moon, whirling in an arc of sadness. I'm lost without you. I'm lost without you. I go, you hold the keys to ruin. With everything I see, with every prison blown to dust, my enemies walk free. All my kingdoms turn to sand and fall into the sea. I'm mad about you. I'm mad about you.
There's Mad About You by Sting. Good stuff. I'm just going to take a very quick moment and just send out a fresh little notification on Facebook, letting people know that this is still up and running. I really need to keep a bookmark for this. Should be very quick. posted. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the music. Oh, you're very welcome. All right, let's find something else to play. Oh, I know what I want to play. I've been playing this one a lot, but it could use the practice. I'd like to be solid on this for Pensic. The Peaceful Western Wind. I think the last time I practiced it was the traditional version. So now I want to do sort of the more modern arrangement for it. Just running through the chords. Oh, and that's right, I capo this all the way up at 7. There's very few songs I play that high. It's the Peaceful Western Winds by Campion. The peaceful western winds, the winter storms have tamed, and nature in each kind, the kind each hath inflamed. The forward buds so sweetly breathe out of their earthy bowers, that heaven which views their pomp beneath would fain be decked with flowers. See how the morning smiles from her bright eastern hill, and with soft steps beguiles them that lie slumbering still. The music-loving birds are come from cliffs and rocks unknown, to see the trees and briars bloom that late were overflown. What Saturn did destroy, love's queen revives again, and now our naked boy doth in the fields remain, where he such pleasing change doth view in every living thing, as if the world were born anew to gratify the spring. In all things life presents, why die my comforts then? How suffers my content? Am I the worst of men? O beauty, be not thou accused unjustly in this case. Unkindly if true love be used, 'twill yield thee little grace. There's the Peaceful Western Winds, the more modern arrangement. That arrangement was done by Owen Fife, but the song is by Campion, and I think that's a Campion song. It's 15th century, if my memory serves me right. So we've burned through all the requests that we've got out right now. So still taking more if folks have anything that they'd like to hear. And failing that, I'll just keep playing what I feel like playing in the moment. Let's see, what's a good one? Maybe Sam Hall.
my name is Sam Hall, and higher up both great and small, and me neck was paid for all. When I die, and me neck was paid for all. When I die, they took me to Coot Hill in a cart, in a cart. They took me to Coot Hill in a cart. They took me to Coot Hill, there I stopped to make my will. For the best of friends must part, so must I, so must I. For the best of friends must part, so must I. Up the ladder did it grow, no joke, that's no joke. Up the ladder I did grow, that's no joke. Up the ladder I did grow, there the hangman pulled the rope. Oh, and now a word I spoke, tumbling down, tumbling down. And now a word I spoke, tumbling down. Oh, my name is Sam Hall, chimney sweep, chimney sweep. My name is Sam Hall, chimney sweep. Oh, my name is Sam Hall, and higher up both great and small. My neck did pay for all when I died, when I died. My neck did pay for all when I died. My name is Sam Hall, chimney sweep, chimney sweep. Oh, my name is Sam Hall, chimney sweep. Oh, my name is Sam Hall, and I hate you one and all. You're a bunch of muckers all. Damn your eyes, damn your eyes. You're a bunch of muckers all. Damn your eyes. Jolly up-tempo song about hanging. Hanging for cat burglary. So it looks like we've got a couple of requests in for Beeswing. Excellent. It's a good one. I get the impression I'm going to be playing this song a lot at war, because it seems to be really popular on the live streams. I think every single live stream I've had it requested. Oh, thank you for joining. Hope you have a good night and a good sleep over there. I know it's getting pretty late now, but thank you for joining us for so long. Okay, you're gonna wait for the popular song. All right. Well, this one is played in drop D tuning. It's not too crazy as alternate tunings go. Relatively simple to get in and out of. Alright, Beeswing by Richard Thompson. Yep. Let's try that again, shall we? I was 19 when I came to town, call it the summer love. Burning babies, burning flags, the hawks against the doves. I took a job at the steamy, down on Caldron Street. I fell in love with the laundry girl, she was working next to me. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, as long as there's no price on love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Shock of brown hair around her face, look a half surprise, like a fox caught in the headlights. There was animal in her eyes. She said, young man, oh, can't you see I'm not the factory kind? If you don't take me out of here, I'll surely lose my mind. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine that I might crush her where she lay. She was a lost child, she was running wild. As long as there's no price on love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We bussed around the market towns, Pickford down in Kent. We could tinkle lamps and pots and knives wherever we went. And I said that we might settle down, get a few eggs dug, fire burning on the hearth and babies on the rug. She said, oh man, you foolish man, it surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, but you'll not own me as well. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She says, as long as there's no price on love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We were camping down the Gower one time, the work was pretty good. She thought we shouldn't wait for the frost, and I thought maybe we should. We were drinking more in those days, tempers reached a pitch. Like a fool I let her run with the rambling itch. Last I heard she's sleeping rough, but come the Derby beat, white horse in her hair pocket and a wolfhound at her feet. They say she even married once, a man named Romany Brown, but even a gypsy caravan was too much settling down. They say her flower has faded now, hot weather and hot booze, but maybe that's just the price you pay for the chains you refuse. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, and I miss her more than ever words could say. If I could only taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, well, I wouldn't want her any other way. It's Beeswing by Richard Thompson. Lovely song. I think I'm enjoying the kind of medium up-tempo things. Let's get back into a standard tuning. Alrighty. Have a lovely night. And the rest of you who are still here and willing to stay around for a bit more music, I've still got some life in me tonight, so we're gonna keep going. Let's do Wagon Wheel. Had a good time with that last night. Oh, Jamie Rayburn. That's another good one. I will do that one right after. So Wagon Wheel, and then Jamie Rayburn.
Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like the south.
long talk. But he's heading west from Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta get a move on before the sun. My baby got mine, and lonely, she's the only one. And if I die right, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. So hey, mama, rock me. Hey, mama, rock me. It was Wagon Wheel, which I believe, I think the band that wrote the verses for it was Stone Crow Medicine Show. Chorus originally by, I think it was Bob Dylan, if my memory's serving me right. And it's been covered by a number of really cool folks. Alright, up next we've got Jamie Rayburn. Now I noticed my video hitched there for a little bit just as I was starting to get into that song. Is everyone still with me? Just wanting to see in the comments and make sure that that we've still got an active live stream and it's just not fooling me. Okay, good. Looks like we're still live. Alright, a good old Scottish song from the Highland Clearances called Jamie Rayburn's Farewell. In Glasgow I was born. My place and habitation I'm forced to leave and scorn. My place and habitation, it's I must gang awa, far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. 'Twas early in the morning, just by the break of day, he came to us and unto us did say, Arise, ye helpless convicts, arise, one and all. This is the day you are to stray from Caledonia. We all arose, put on our clothes, our hearts were filled with grief. Our friends who stood around the coach could grant us no relief. Our parents, wives, and sweethearts, to their hearts were broken twa, to see us leave the bonny braes of Caledonia. Farewell, me dearest mother, I'm vexed for what I've done. Me hope none shall cast up you this race that I have run. I hope God will protect you and I far away, far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. Farewell, me honest father, you were the best of men. And likewise my own sweetheart, it's Catherine is her name. No more walk by Clyde's clear stream or by Bromila, for I must leave the hills and dales of Caledonia. My name is Jamie Rayburn, in Glasgow I was born. My place and habitation I'm forced to leave in scorn. My place and habitation, it's I must gang awa', far frae the bonny hills and dales of Caledonia. It's Jamie Rayburn's farewell. And on a similar note, I feel like doing maybe another one about the Highland clearances, but an a cappella one. This one about the Highland clearances is actually called The Highland Clearances. It's by Andy M. Stewart of Silly Wizard. For the glens are lying bare, and the wee bit farm deserted, and the woods of Germany grows and rows o'er the broken hearted. Black is the wood on the refunds was bra, but blacker still is your heart, Victoria. Send your men and take our glens. You need the good Lord looking o'er ya. O many hae gain tae America. You bind their hames and guard them wonder, but I would have stayed with Dale himself, as biding her with the Crogalanders. For the glens are lying bare, and the wee bit farm deserted, and the woods of Germany grows and rows o'er the broken hearted. The Highland Clearances by Andy M. Stewart, sung in a traditional Sean No style. Oh, let's see, where do we go from there? Maybe something not quite so heavy. I say I immediately look at like the section of all my most pretty depressing songs. Oh, Golden Golden. That's a good one. Well chosen. While we're on Andy Stewart songs, slowly, slowly walk the path, you might never stumble or fall. Slowly, slowly walk the path, you might never fall in love at all. Golden, golden is her hair, like a ray of sun or face corn. Golden, golden is her love, so sweet and clean and warm. Lonely, lonely is the heart that ne'er another can call its own. Lonely, lonely is the part that has to like a ray of sun o'er fields of corn. Golden, golden is her love, so sweet and clean and warm. Wildly, wildly beats the heart, rush of love like a mountain stream. Wildly, wildly play your part, as free as a wild bird's dream. Golden, golden is her hair, like a ray of sun o'er fields of corn. Golden, golden is her love, so sweet and clean and warm. Golden, golden is her hair, like a ray of sun o'er fields of corn. Golden, golden is her love, so sweet and clean and warm.
That was Golden Golden by Andy Stewart of Silly Wizard. And yes, to stay with that theme, next up, If I Were a Blackbird. Also by Silly Wizard. I do love me some Andy Stewart. It's lovely stuff to sing.
I am a young sailor, my story is sad. For once I was carefree and a brave sailor lad. I courted a lassie by night and by day, but now she's left me and gone far away. Oh, if I was a blackbird, would whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings over lily white breast. Or if I was a scholar and could handle a pen, one secret love letter my true love I'd send, to tell of my sorrow, my grief and my pain. For now she's left me in yon flowery glen. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings over lily white breast. I sailed o'er the ocean, my fortune to seek, though I missed her caress and her kiss on my cheek. I returned and I told her that my love was still warm, but she turned away lightly, oh, and great was her scorn. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top rigging I would there build my nest, and I'd flutter my wings over lily white breast. I offered to take her to Donnybrook Fair, and to buy her fine ribbons to tie up her hair. I offered to marry and to stay by her side, but she says in the morning she sails with the tide. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in that upbringing I had there built my nest, and I'd flutter my wings o'er her white breast. My parents, they chide me, oh, they will not agree, saying me and my false love married should never be. Ah, but let them deprive me, let them do as they will, while there's breath in my body, she's the one that I love still. Oh, if I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and in the top ring I had there built my nest, and I flutter my wings over the white breast.
If I was a blackbird, or if I were a blackbird, one of the two. So I know that via Silly Wizard and Andy Stewart. I actually, now that I think about it, I think that that's an older song that they adapted. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I've covered it on my YouTube channel, but I think the last time I looked into it, I saw something about it being an older song rather than something that they wrote. But they're definitely the band that has popularized that song the most, at the very least. Like anything about the song origins and original authors that I might say on these live streams, take it all with a grain of salt. You know, my memory for that sort of thing isn't always the best to start with. And these are not just music practice sessions, but they're also liver push-up sessions as well, getting ready for the state-dependent memory of singing when I'm a little bit intoxicated at SEA events or out at pubs. So definitely, if you want to be sure, look the information up yourself. Least of My Kind. Oh, it's another good choice. Just mark that down. I like to keep a record of what I've practiced. It also kind of helps me keep track of how long the different streams have run. All right. Least of My Kind by Kat Faber of Echo's Children. Excuse me. So one downside of drinking beer while singing is sometimes you're trying to sing and get enough breath behind the diaphragm, and the burps from the beer have other ideas. All right, I think I've gotten it all straightened out now.
Covered in dirt and mud, kicking and spitting blood, cursing you stir to rise and groan. Muffled and yet to come, mutters a battle drum. Wolves don't usually walk alone. Here come the battle calls. This time the wolf is lost, beaten and broken and blind. Better beware, my lord, better prepare, my lord. I was the least of my kind. Prying my dagger cold out of my fingers' hold, pause to take stock, reflect and rue. Look on the damage done here by a single one. What do you think the full pack will do? Think on the battle cost. This time the wolf is lost, beaten and broken and blind. Better beware, my lord, better prepare, my lord. I was the least of my kind. Careless, I came by chance, joining in battle's dance, slain in a fight I could not win. Far off the wolf pack hears, heads turn with pricking ears. Thought you, my lord, that I had no kin. I think on the battle cost. This time the wolf is lost, beaten and broken and blind. Better beware, my lord, better prepare, my lord, I was the least of my kind. I think on the battle cost, this time the wolf is lost, beaten and broken and blind. Better beware, my lord, better prepare, my lord. I was the least of my kind. Is Least of My Kind by Cat Faber of the band Echo's Children. She sadly does not play in the SEA as far as I know. She's more of a Filk convention circuit person, which is where I met her years ago at Oricon in Portland, Oregon. Which, as an aside, was the same place that I met Vixie. I know she's changed her name, the main name that she goes by. Back in the day, it was Michelle Dockery. But I believe she got married since then. But anyway, she, another incredibly talented lady that helped me record a song for an album a number of years back. There was another one of Cat Faber's songs, Under the Gripping Beast, that Michelle Dockery wrote a reply to called Into the Fire, and I sort of put them both together into one extra long song and sang it as a duet with Michelle Dockery on the album. So Oricon, a very cool event. I've only ever been to one of them. It's my one sort of convention experience, but it was a very good one. There's a lot of music that happens there. It's my understanding anyways. It's a very musically oriented con. I don't know if there's that much music that happens at other conventions, but it was a lot of fun. You know, I got some stage time there, and after all the stage shows were done, pretty much all of the performers got together and did like a no audience allowed little jam session backstage for a few hours. It was good times. All right, let's see. What next? I think we're coming probably towards the end of things soon. I still got a handful of songs left in me tonight, I think, but I definitely can feel my voice starting to tire a bit. We're up at the 2.5 hour mark, so it's probably time to start thinking about wrapping up soon. But not just yet. I think we've got a few more to sing. I think I'm going to sing maybe one of Ambra's songs, Samantha Moore, Mundanely. Very cool writer. Got a couple of requests for her stuff when I first started doing these live streams a couple weeks back, and haven't really gotten many more requests for her stuff since, but I definitely want to keep it brushed up and keep the dust off of it so it's ready to sing at Pennsic. Where do I keep this one? Maybe one higher than that. So this is one of Ambra's songs, Samantha Moore's songs, The Call of the Siren, or the Siren Song. Some say her eyes are violet blue, her hair as black as night. Others swear her eyes are green, her locks could shame the light. Some say she is a fearful hag, a fiend without a soul. For her will you teem, love, wealth, and fame, but her will be takes toll. No fair mistress man can find, crueler could there be. I am sailing still, till sail until the siren calls for me. I was born a fisher's son, a fisher I'd not be. Each year that passed I heard more clear the sirens call to me. One day I signed to crew a ship, bid farewell to land. I sailed far and near with no thought of fear, hearing only her command. No fair mistress man can find, crueler could there be. I am sailing still, just sail until the siren calls for me. sail with God, they say. When the raging storm comes on, differently they pray. The eyes of every crewman bold betray his thoughts to me. But he wonders well whether o'er the swell with God or the devil sails he. No better mistress man can find, no crueler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. We toast the voyage fell, our fair porter hand in nail. Of good men's lives the which cut short tell a mournful tale. And I may sail with the raging gale, for shelter in the lee. My fate is cast till the day at last the siren calls for me. The fair mistress man can find, crueler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. No fair mistress man can find, crueler could there be. I am sailing still, and I'll sail until the siren calls for me. That's the Siren Song, or the Call of the Siren. I'm not really sure which it's named. It's by Samantha Moore. In the Society, she's known as Ambra. Fantastic entertainer, fantastic writer. I highly recommend you check out her stuff if you haven't before, and look her up at War. Sadly, it's been a few years since I bumped into her. I think she camps out on the other side of the battlefield from where I usually do. She's somewhere out in the B blocks. Like those crazy people who have to hike all the way across from the far side of the Getty to get to where any of the interesting stuff is going on, other than the fighting. So it's been a while since we've run into each other, and I've had a chance to hear her sing live. But as far as I know, she's still pretty active. Let's see, just checking the couple of comments that have come up while I was in the middle of a song. Some polling there to okay, so I guess in the last week or so, a bunch of people have gotten wise to what I like to drink at War and in general, and so they've been upping their bard bait game on what to stock camp with to lure me in to sing live in their camps. But I'm seeing some comments down there as to what is best to lure the Colette with to get her to come in and sing at camps. So for anyone who's watching the stream and is curious about that as well, but isn't here live with us to see the comment section, her reply to that was that we have pretty similar tastes. She loves the framboise lambic just like I do, and likes mead as well. Harder stuff she leans towards rum and gin, but will drink just about anything. So that is how to lure the Colette, to get beautiful music sung in your camp. Good things to know. Good things to prepare for in advance of the event. So yes, as well as it getting fairly late, I'm also starting to get a little bit tipsy. I've reverted into my bad habit of when I'm ending a song leading with the glass of rum. And that's usually a mistake. Oh, the White Heart's Prey. Yeah, that's another one of Amber's, actually. Same author as the last one I did. And a good one for me to practice, because it gets a fair number of requests, too. And it's one that I always have like trouble with one of the middle verses. So if I've not been playing it very much, I frequently will jump into the song and get about halfway through and kind of forget where I'm at. So good to get some practice on it while we're on the Pre-Pennsic live streams. Let's just remind myself what the chords go. I think I capo this one much lower. Maybe not quite that low. Very similar chord progression between these two, but then I really tend to favor songs that are in A minor, so I'm not one to judge. By hunting, run swiftly through the mountain forest side, and so my
Yeah, that's too low. Let's take that up. I made a mistake. I don't capo this one lower. I capo it exactly the same place as I do the Siren Song.
My hunting hound runs swiftly through the mountain forest side, and so my steed runs swiftly in pursuit as on we ride. My grey hawk sights above, with wings span wide and strong. The prey we spy will come to die before the day is long. For the white hawk passes the flea, I give chase with glee, and never run I ride upon the scent of my quarry. For my hunting hounds run swiftly. The flash of white within the thicket wood catches my eye. Upon the wind I sound my horn as through the woods we fly. The trees seem near line, they bar my way, but wrench nor we would I be, follow fast my prey. For the white hart bastard fleet doth flee, I give chase with glee, and never on I ride upon the scent of my quarry. For my hunting hound runs swiftly. The chase is led me and my prey down to the mountainside. My heart is trapped, he stands at bay with nowhere left to hide. His coat is flecked with foam, his eyes are filled with fear. My bow arm strong, my arrow song rings jubilant and clear. For the white hart bastard fleet doth flee, and I give chase with glee, and never on I ride upon the scent of my quarry. For my hunting hound runs swiftly. But lo, when I set down my bow, my heart within me sank. Though true my aim, no wound I saw with neither neck nor flank. I bend my bow again, but when I loose my dart, for my eyes from his prize was never more hard. For the white hart bastard fleet doth flee, I give chase with glee, and never on I ride upon the scent of my quarry. For my hunting hound runs swiftly. A beast no longer now, a man with beard down to the ground. In robes of ivory white he stands stock still without a sound. A staff coal black and branched like the antlers of a deer rises from the sage's hand, a spellbound I draw near. For the white hart bastard fleet doth flee, I can chase with glee, and never on I ride upon the scent of my quarry. For my hunting hound runs swiftly. To warn me by stealing from the wood a harmless beast of beauty that you slay if e'er you could. No mercy do you bear, no kindness have you not, so you shall flee the bloodthirsty and share your victim's lot. For the white hart bastard fleet did flee, you gave chase with glee, so evermore you'll fly before the bows of men like thee. For their hunting hounds run swiftly. Now I, the white I flee, you give chase with glee, but aware you all of my downfall, lest you become like me. For your hunting hounds run swiftly.
Is The White Hart's Prey by Samantha Moore, known as Ambra in the Society for Creative Anachronism. Keep getting my little text files mixed up. So that was, we did Least of My Kind. I've forgotten to mark these down. Then we did Siren Song and The White Hart's Prey. That's H-A-R-T. Heart is in a deer as opposed to. And looks like next we've got a request for a Lament for Ogun. One of my original songs. So this one is based on African religion and mythology. Now, most of the people who are still here at this crazy late hour with me watching probably know this already, as they're familiar with the song. But for anyone who tunes in afterwards, and this is their first time hearing it, this is a bit of African religion and mythology. Ogun is one of the Loa, one of the gods, that is kind of the spirit of fire and technology and blacksmithing and industriousness, and indirectly is a spirit of war, but not willingly. So it kind of naturally came out of the gifts that he gave to mankind. You give technology and weapons; those it's not a very big step to get from there to warfare. So the story that the song is based off of, basically mankind was kind of screwed. They didn't have fire to keep themselves warm. They didn't have any tools to work in the fields. They didn't have any weapons to ward off the dangerous animals or to hunt the delicious animals. And life was generally hard. And kind of very similar to Prometheus in the Greek myths, Ogun took pity on mankind and he gave them the secret of fire and the secret of working iron to make tools and weapons. And things were great for a while until a bunch of people decided that, hey, these spears were great for, hunting antelope and hunting lions. I bet they'd work even better on those guys over there. We could just take all their stuff and we wouldn't have to work hard for our own stuff. So they went and, they started killing each other. And Ogun said, no. That's not why I gave you that gift. Don't do that. Please don't do that. And mankind went and they did it anyways. And Ogun got pissed off and he said, well, if you're going to be like that, if you're going to, if you're going to warp these gifts that I've given you and use them to just kill each other when I was trying to make your lives better, well, screw y'all. And he threw down his tools and he left his forge and went off to the forest to basically turn his back on mankind. And this is where there's another parallel with the Greek myths. So this is shades of the Demeter and Persephone and Hades debacle when when Persephone wound up down in the underworld, and it pissed off one of the gods that was sort of central to keeping the world functioning properly, and she went on strike. The same kind of thing happened with Ogun. Is he was the spirit of industriousness. When he left and his influence left the world, people stopped having any energy to do anything. So they just lazed around and didn't do anything and started starving to death because no one had the impetus to go and plant the fields or to tend the crops or to go hunting or any of that stuff. And it wound up becoming a major problem. And there's a whole second half of that legend that deals with, or myth, I don't know what you want to call it, that deals with how all of the different gods went and they tried to talk to Ogun and lure him back into the world and convince him that mankind had changed their ways and please come back because things suck without you. This song doesn't really deal with that second half. It really deals with just the first half, talking about Ogun's his early relationship with mankind. So this is a song that I wrote a number of years back for a group of folks that I learned all this from, who Ogun is actually a main part of their religion. And I wrote this for them before I went back home after visiting them for a while. This is the Lament for Ogun.
Under the hammer of sun on our backs, on the anvil of earth we were made. Our bodies are crafted by toil on the land, lacking simplest of tools for our trade. Without hammer or plowshare or blade, when the evening came, we all fled to our homes, where our youngest would tremble and weep. For the night was the time of a lion and wolf, and to them we were no more than sheep. And the beast came for us in our sleep. Ogun heard our cries as he worked at his forge, and he turned thoughtful eyes to our plight, and with one callous hand grabbed a brand from the fire, for to bring us a flame and the light, for to draw back the veil of night. At Up the mountain he taught us to dig for black iron, and to craft it with hammer and hand. Now with tools for the farm we were lords of the field, and with spearheads the lords of the land. And the beast would soon learn to fear man. But for some, the land's bounty was never enough, and we turned greedy eyes to our king. And the gifts of the gods would be warped by our hands for the greed and the glory of men. Damn the pride of the kingdoms of men. We sharpened the tools that we'd used in the fields, and we harvested men like the grain. With the gifts of Olgun we let out their bright blood, and we watered the fields like the rain. With each death we sang out Olgun's name. We returned from our battle. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself there. Olgun heard those cries, and he looked from his forge with disgust at the carnage we'd wrought. For in banishing fear, we become fear itself, tenfold worse than the beast we had fought, and undone all the good he had sought. Olgun's hammer he cast from his hand to the dust, and he let the fires cool on the hearth. To the forest he left, with a curse on his lips for the men who corrupted his worth, who now bury their kin in the earth. We return from our battles, our victory sweet, but to find that our fires had grown cold, and our fields had lain fallow while we were away. We had nothing to eat but the gold that we'd robbed from our neighbors of old. With the maker now gone, to the forest we found that we had not the will to rebuild. Though we prayed to Olgun, all our wells remained dry, and our fields lay unplowed and untilled, and the pits of our bellies unfilled. Good friends, forget not that the strengths of Olgun are all lent you with kindness and trust, and that all you might gain from a gift that's abused in the end seldom outweighs the cost of the strength and the honor you've lost. For the spirit of a work is more precious than gold, and the blessing of craft is its boon. All the glory and wealth of the kingdoms of men are all dust without the sweat of Olgun. For the spirit of work is Olgun. For the spirit of work is Olgun. There's The Lament for Olgun, an original song. That was one that I wrote quite a while back and recorded on my album. It's on the album Fields of the North. See, we've got another request from another song from the same album, actually, for The Man Behind the Bow. It's been a while since I played that one. This is probably going to be the last request for the night. I'll do one more song after this, just one of the handful of traditional goodbye songs to wrap up the evening, but we're coming up on the 3-hour mark here very quickly. It's 1:30 where I am. It's probably, wow, coming up on dawn pretty soon out on the East Coast. It's 4:30 there almost already. But I'll do Man Behind the Bow for you, as that was the last request that we got. And then one more just to send us off for a good night. are felt by all within this land, and far and wide the tales are told of the man who wields the bow. The Norman soldiers fear your name, with every act they cast the blame, when you for all share his walls, the man behind the bow. The peasants hail you, brave Robin, the heart and soul of your merry men. But as figurehead, how can they know the man behind the bow? The fame of hero, bard, or king will them clips with its shadow the eyes of men too charmed to see the man behind the bow. But there is one whose eyes are clear, a noble maid of Norman birth, who sees the man within the legend more than any on this earth. So Robin, cast your bow aside, your robber's hood leave with your men. Tonight you're not outlaw and maid, just Robin and Marian, just Robin and Marian. Give all your love, true as your aim, and you will find hers is the same, if you but turn to her and show the heart behind the bow. For when your heart feels her love's touch, it will be pierced through and soul made whole, and you will find it's you she loves, the man behind the bow. It's The Man Behind the Bow, a song that I wrote kind of last minute over the course of an afternoon. This was back in the days when I first went to Great Western War. So I've started going again and hope to be able to keep going if I can afford it after the move. But this was during the first couple of years when I was going to Great Western before my long hiatus there. And it was back in the days when I was still doing a whole bunch of bardic competitions. I still really kind of wanted to make a mark. And there was a themed bardic competition at that particular event. And it was Robin Hood themed. So you had to perform something to do with Robin Hood. And I didn't know any songs about Robin Hood. So I sat down over the course of a couple of hours and I wrote one. So that was The Man Behind the Bow. It was actually may have been the first song I ever wrote, now that I think about it. It was definitely one of the first, but possibly the actual first song that I ever wrote. All right. Well, it's we've passed the 3-hour mark now. It's getting late. My voice is starting to get tired. My fingers are definitely starting to get tired. So we're going to do one more song and then wrap things up for the evening. If you guys have a preference between the usual kind of end of the night songs that I like to do, I've already done Caledonia earlier, so that one's off the table. But if you want something Tolkien-esque, I could do The Last Goodbye, or if you want something traditional Irish, I could do The Parting Glass. If you want something traditional, a bit later folky, I could do Health to the Company. Really, whatever's your pleasure. I'll just wait for the first person to comment. That'll be the decider among those songs, but it'll be one of those, I think. I just want to thank you all again for joining me tonight on this the inaugural test live stream here on Twitch TV, my very first Twitch live stream. Hopefully we'll have more of these. I'm wanting to switch over to this as a platform from Facebook because of the better sound quality. Looks like we've got a request for The Parting Glass, so that's going to be it. Won't need the guitar for this one.
Ooh, let's get my breath behind me.
Oh, of all the money that e'er I've had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've done, it was to none, alas, but me. And all I've lost for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town that surely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks, her ruby lips, ensure she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, a man may drink and no be drunk. A man may fight and no be slain. A man may court a pretty lass, and may yet be welcome back again. But since it has so ordered been, by a time to rise and a time to fall, so fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, of all the comrades there I've had, they are sorry for my going away. And of all the sweethearts there I've had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I will gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all.
Wow. That brings us to the end of another live stream. This, in the first of the Twitch TV live streams, the 9th all around ever since I started doing these a couple weeks back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you very much for the subscriptions and for the tips and for your continued interest and attention. This is so much fun for me to be able to do these, and I'm looking forward to doing more of them. Looking forward to seeing you guys, those of you who are able to make it out to Pennsic. Yeah, it's less than a week away. I can't wait. And for those of you not able to get out to Pennsic, we can still look forward to another event that you'll see me at, or spend time here on the live stream. So thank you again for joining me. Hope you all have a very good night. Sláinte. Here's one for your health.